There's a beautiful quote that I'm sure everyone, especially the dancers here, know, the Agnes DeMille quote about how there is really only one of you in the universe, one of you for all time. And it doesn't even matter if you don't believe in yourself or in your work. It is a moral imperative for you to express yourself. It is required that you give back to these trees all that you have been nourished through them, you know? So it's very much, I would say that it's very much a part of my work. I talk a lot, when I look back at the things that I have made so far at this moment, Sankofa is a huge principle, right? Which literally, right?
Yes, it is.
It literally means go back and get it, you know? Go back and go back to the Schomburg, you know? Go to Lester Horton. The very first thing that we did in school, the beginning of our training every day was to go to Ailey and to take Horton. Later we took Graham, but something that really struck me, and it makes so much sense now that you're explaining how Lester Horton began his company, is that being one of the few black girls in my grad school, when I made these lines in Horton technique, I thought, this is the way my body's supposed to look, right? I feel like I didn't have to contort myself in a way that I did when I was in ballet.
I grew up in East LA, way over, and actually I was in the Mexican neighborhood. Yeah, way over. And my life was very different. I remember, of course, the war. I remember the Second World War. I was in grammar school, and I remember Vernon City, that the Japanese children were taken out of school, and they brought their dolls and their toys to our school because they could not take them to the camps. And I remember sitting there, it's as if it was yesterday, thinking, why can't they take their toys? Because somebody said, oh, they might slip messages in them or some kind of crazy thing I couldn't understand. That was my first time I was aware of something ugly in the world. And that always stuck with me, those young people.
You know, I had body issues until I met other black dancers who told me that I had body issues.
Yeah.
Which was, you know, so yes, now I feel like it's kind of cool that on every costume that I have, there's a bra that hangs on it. Sorry, I said bra, but there's a bra that hangs on it because, you know, I'm equipped in the front and in the back. And it's not about just this particular thing. And I appreciate that I'm in the position now where people respect me for what I am able to bring and not just judging me for what I look like or how I look. And it's been difficult, even physically, trying to create the same lines because we all are made differently, and I think that we are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that it's important to be able to look in the mirror and then stand next to someone else and look in the mirror at them, and not to take that too personally. But we still have to create the line. We still have to make the shape. There is still an aesthetic. And so I have to almost distort my body to create the line. But that's okay because I just figure it out. Now I figure it out, and it's a blessing because I know that the work has taught me to teach other people how to do that. You know, they'll tell you, oh, you know, just want to let you know this might not work out. Well, okay, you know, only suffering I think I've had over the course of this time is when I shaved my head and my mother didn't speak to me. Other than that, everything has been worth it.
I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I knew I was going to be somebody. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I was going to do something. I didn't know what it was to be stopped, because I can imagine and see myself doing things in the world. And I say to young people, never give up on those dreams. Never stop imagining or daydreaming. Never stop seeing yourselves in positions of power. Never stop stepping over, looking around. Keep on going, because you got to keep on going. Keep on walking, keep on moving, because that motion is what it's all about, keeping yourself going. And always, always, always study. Always be prepared to learn. And when I teach our children out there, when I go around to teach them, when I go to a university, I say to the people, hook me up at the high school the next day. I'll go in and talk to them. Because those are our children. Our children who are dropping out of school at alarming pace, people. And I go in and talk to them, and I talk to them about, you want to be seditious? Hitting a teacher is not being seditious. Cursing that teacher out is not being seditious. You just said to the principal, put out of school, let me tell you what it is to be seditious. Learn. Organize the classroom so therefore you really run the class and the teacher doesn't run the class. That's being seditious.